folks, Richard Jacks here again. Going to give you a quick update on what we're thinking as far as the rain and the possible snow coming in here over the next 24 to 36 hours. Let's begin with a look at radar here. Still lots of rain going on across the state. I expect that to continue as we go through the afternoon and evening hours. Actually, evening hours now. It's going on 5 o'clock. So you can see the rain spreading eastward and actually still developing over the area. Notice that band back in northern Mississippi. That is partly responding to this closed upper level low that we've been talking about that's going to develop and strengthen and move right over Alabama. And that's the reason why we're forecasting a chance of snow. Here's a look at one computer model. I'll be using this during the 5 o'clock show today. And notice at 7 o'clock Tuesday morning, it's got snow down through Shelby County, light snow, and then a mixture all the way down through Chilton County. I'm going to back it up through time, and you can kind of get an idea of how we're expecting this to happen. This is 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. I think we're all going to see rain much of tomorrow morning, but if you're in places like Fayette County, Lamar County, Marion County, might see some snowflakes mixing in going toward the noon hour. And then as we go through the afternoon hour, notice that mixture all the way down to Shelby County at times. Now, it'll be a mixture and temperatures will be above freezing, not expecting any accumulation at that point. But if you're in the northwest corner of the state, later in the day, going in the evening hours, we might start to see some accumulating snow. And again, that would be in the northwest corner of the viewing area. Look at that, 8 p.m., a mixture of rain and snow across much of the area. And because this is such a strong closed low that's going to generate its own cold air, the computer model, well, it may be underdoing the snow coverage that we see here. I wouldn't be surprised. Also, it's one of those instances where, say, like if the closed low tracked a little further south, if you're down in here in Montgomery, you might have a better chance of seeing snow versus Birmingham. But it looks like the core of the low is going to be tracking in this part of the state, so that's where the best chance of accumulating snow is going through tomorrow night. I could see a dusting as far south as Interstate 20, especially on the higher altitude areas, the ridge tops and so forth. But if that core of the closed low tracks a little further south, I can't rule out some light accumulations as far south as Birmingham. That's what we'll be watching for as we go through the evening hours and as I get ready for the 10 o'clock newscast. I'll be posting another video here later on tonight, and look at that. That's some heavy snow showing up in the northeast corner of Mississippi, south and east of Memphis. And again, look, northwest of Memphis, that's rain. That's because that's not underneath that core of cold air, that cold core low. All right, I want to take you back to another graphic here before we wrap things up. And again, this is something I'll be talking about coming up at 6 o'clock. Let me load this image really quick here. And again, not much change from yesterday. Some accumulation as far as snow, as I talked about in the northwest corner of the viewing area. As you go down to Birmingham, we're going to see a rain changing, mixing over to snow. South of Interstate 20, we're fairly sure little to no accumulation. But Interstate 20, that's kind of the question mark zone. Not really sure exactly how much snow could accumulate if that close low tracks a little further south. But right now we're thinking any accumulations will be light and fairly temporary. Temperatures will be going up as we go into Tuesday. Maybe some snow Tuesday morning and then change over rain. Again, I'll be talking about this again more in depth coming up at 5 o'clock, and I'll be posting another video later, and of course another update coming up on the news at 10 o'clock. So stay tuned and watch Alabama's 13 for the latest. Some interesting weather here coming up in the next 36 to 48 hours. A rare possible snow event for late November here in the southeast. That's all for now.